Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Excuse this hot mess. You can see I just got out of the shower and I thought it would be the perfect time to do a first impression and a wear test for a couple of new products that I've recently purchased. So I'm testing out two products for you guys today. I have the Fitglow Beauty Vita-active Foundation. How pretty is their packaging, by the way? It's so adorable. And then I have their Conceal Plus. I was so excited to buy these because I've had them on my list for such a long time, but I've just, there's so many products to test these days in natural beauty, which is amazing, but I really wanted to go somewhere and play with the products first. So I am very excited to test these out for you. Now, these will be very accessible in like America and Canada. I will leave links down below where you can purchase these products within Australia, both online and in store, just to help you find them. So I'm going to start out with the Vita-active Foundation. I'll really quickly give you a couple of pieces of info on the product. These guys are so clean and I get so excited when I see makeup products that also benefit your skin. So this one says it's more than just a way to perfect your skin tone, but a healthy way to nourish the skin with clinically proven superfoods and essential vitamins. So this foundation contains vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, seaweed brightness, and beta-carotene to increase collagen production, brighten the skin. It sounds amazing. It's 98% organic, vegan, and silicone-free, paraben-free. I think they score a 0 on the Think Dirty app, which is amazing. Now, this particular product has 9 different foundation shades, and they vary from VF1, which is like the fairest you can get, to VF 6.5, which is quite a deep shade. So they do have quite a good variety there. So I got the color VF2, which is their light to warm shade. So this is their little bottle here. This is 30 ml and it's in a pump bottle. And as per usual with all of my first impressions, I'm going to do half my side with a brush and half with a beauty blender just to see how well it performs with either or. Ooh, it's quite a big pump. So you can see it's a nice creamy consistency. It's not too liquidy, not too runny. I'm going to go in on this side of my face and I'm starting out with the beauty blender. I don't have any primer or anything on. I've just got moisturizer. Oh, okay. It's giving me quite a lot of coverage. It's actually going quite a long way. Hopefully I got the right shade. I feel like this could be a tiny bit light, but we will see. It does have a slight smell to it, but it is so barely there. I can't even kind of explain what it smells like, to be honest. I can see already this would give you really full coverage if you wanted to build it up. I've only used half of the pump on that side of my face. So you can see it's evened everything out really nicely. You can still see my skin through it, but it has removed any redness. I think it is a good color for me. I think if I went any darker, it might look a little bit orange or just not match quite well. And it's blended out really nicely. Wow, I'm really impressed with the coverage of that from such a light layer, and that was really easy to blend out. Okay, I'm going to go into the other side with a brush. I'm just taking my Real Techniques Expert Face brush. I do have a couple of little blemishes here, so... Oh yeah, it is, the coverage is really good actually. I think even more so with the brush. So I'm using a mixture of patting and circular motions to blend it out. Okay, so that was just one pump, and I feel like the brush side, the side I've applied with the brush, has given me a little bit of a thicker sort of coverage. I think personally I like the way that the Beauty Blender has blended the product out. The product is quite good coverage. It is a little thicker than some of the other natural foundations I've used before. It's given me really good coverage over a couple of blemishes here. But I can see if I did have a lot of like dry skin or a lot of pimples, it would kind of build up around those areas. So I personally prefer a lighter, sort of more luminous coverage, so I would prefer the Beauty Blender. But if you're someone who likes really thick full coverage, it still looks nice and natural, but it does just look a little bit thicker on the skin applied with the brush, if that makes sense. But my God, did that go a long way. That was one pump. I think that's pretty much all that most people would need, is one pump and then concealer, but you could certainly go in and get super full coverage with a second pump. So now I'm going in with the concealer. This is the Concealer Plus, which apparently is a fairly new product. So this treatment concealer is supposed to be full coverage. It goes beyond camouflaging skin to treat and improve the condition, which I just love that so much. The plant-powered blend of phytoelastin, organic green tea, vitamin K and licorice root diminish the look of blemishes, pigmentation and fine lines, leaving skin stronger and smoother. And apparently it's supposed to be super full coverage. So I'm going to test this under my eyes, but also on a couple of red spots that I have. And again, this comes in 9 different shades and they go from super light to fairly deep. So it's quite a good shade range as well. So I like to get a concealer that pretty much matches my skin or my foundation. I don't like to get one that is too light. I don't like the triangle highlight thing anymore. I'm so over that. So this one is good because the color should correct my dark circles, but you can also use it on your face. So it's more of a multi-purpose concealer rather than like an eye brightener. So this one is the color C2.5. And it's the closest sort of match that I could get to the VF2. So if you're going to get a similar shade to me, which was the VF2 or the one just above it, then this concealer C2.5 is probably going to match quite well. So I am going to go in pretty cautiously with this because I have heard it is quite full coverage. And again, I'm going to do the Beauty Blender on this side. So I'll just start with a couple of dots where my dark circles are, and I'm just going to take my Beauty Blender and start. Oh, I think this Beauty Blender is too fat for this. I probably should have just used my finger, to be honest. So I feel like that's removed a little bit of the darkness. I will need to set it to get rid of that shiny reflect, and I might just go in with one more layer because being a bit of a pussy there, really. Okay, so this time I'm actually just going to start with my finger and then finish it with the Beauty Blender. Oh, and I think I might have put a little bit too much on. Now I can see why they said a little bit goes a long way. So I'm just taking some RMS translucent powder, only a small amount. I'm not baking. I just really want to set this before I start on the other side of my face, just to take that shininess away. Okay, now I'm going in with a fluffy brush. Just focusing on this inner part here, and then I'll blend it out. It kind of feels a little bit tacky when you first apply it. Oh wow, that's covered that straight away. Yeah, this goes such a long way. The coverage is amazing. I would not go doing like a full triangle kind of thing. I would definitely build it up and play around with it if you haven't tried this before. And I find with some concealers as well, like they look good when you first kind of put them on with a brush or your finger or the applicator. But then when you blend them out, it kind of removes a lot of that coverage. But this isn't doing that at all. It's keeping the coverage and it's just kind of spreading it out. Like it's just going such a long way. I'll just set those blemishes as well. So this is it immediately after application. I really like the way it looks. I am leaning more towards the Beauty Blender application, but it depends on your skin type and how much coverage you want. They both give a really nice finish, but in person I feel like I'm liking this side more at the moment. So I'm going to go out for a few hours now. I will see you all really soon. Okay, I am back. I've been out for quite a few hours now. My hair is like, it is so windy and so hot and humid out there, so it's really tested this foundation out with the wind, potential drying, humidity, sweating. I've been wearing sunglasses. I've been in and out of the car. So it should give me a good idea of how well this will wear, or both these products will wear. Okay, let's have a little look and see from a distance in the camera here. It looks quite nice still. I did put a little bit of bronzer on, but that's the only other makeup that I've put on in addition to the little bit of setting powder. So the color still looks really nice. I think it's a perfect match for my skin. It will be good for summer. It hasn't gone orange or oxidized at all. So it's definitely not oily at all. It hasn't dried my skin out. I think this seems like it will be quite a good formula for people with both oily and dry skin. So the only thing I will say is the area near my nose and on my nose where I applied the product using a brush, it has kind of gone a little bit patchy. My sunglasses have left a little mark on the side where I used a brush to apply the products. I've got a couple of blemishes. They're still covered really well, and it hasn't dried them out at all or sort of stuck to any dry areas. And it doesn't feel oily. It doesn't look dry. It doesn't look cakey. So the foundation, I think, has done really, really well. It's given me a lot of coverage, it's lasted, and it's worn quite well. In regards to the concealer, the side that I applied with the brush gave me more coverage with my dark circle. I feel like the Beauty Blender kind of took a little bit of the coverage away when I blended it out with the Beauty Blender. It hasn't really settled too much, I mean, any more than any other product would, into fine lines. It's definitely not, you know, creased or anything. So all in all, yes, I would 100% recommend both of these products. These type of products really excite me for a couple of reasons. One, it gives great coverage. Two, it's actually benefiting your skin with these beautiful ingredients whilst you're wearing the product. Price point is probably on the medium to higher sort of price point, particularly if you're in Australia. If you're in America, you're going to get it for a lot cheaper, or Canada, you'll get it for a lot cheaper. It's definitely not drugstore kind of budget, but I think the products have such great quality ingredients in them, and they'll actually be working to help your skin while you're wearing them all day. I would love to hear your feedback down below if you've tested them out, what you thought of them, and also if you have any other product requests for me that you would like me to do a first impression and trial with, let me know down below. Otherwise, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed my video today. I hope you found it really helpful, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.